Cold open.
You blink, and the world is wrong. No engines, no electric glow, no city hum, just cold smoke, a bruised sky, and flashes that turn night into a strobe. Then it hits you. This isn't just the past. This is Verdun, 1916. And 8 SAS operators just dropped into the grinder of an industrial war. They can win a firefight. But Verdun isn't a firefight. It's a machine that doesn't care who you are.
SAS at Verdun, the operation that changed one day of war.
Verdun sits in northeastern France. Forts, ridgelines, shattered woods. In 1916, it becomes a symbol and a trap. Both sides pour men and shells into the same ground until the ground stops looking like ground at all. This isn't one dramatic charge. It's a system: trenches, wire, machine gun lanes, gas, mud, rats, disease, and nerves burning out under constant bombardment. Command runs on field telephones and paper. Messages run on teenagers, runners, sprinting through crater fields. Imagine trying to hold a single street corner while every hour a demolition crew turns the entire block into rubble again. That's Verdun. The battlefield constantly resetting, worse each time. There are 8 of them: squad leader, comms specialist, medic, breacher, marksman, drone operator, and 2 assault operators. Modern rifles, modern optics, modern helmets and armor, suppressors, night vision. But Verdun starts stripping advantages immediately. They have radios, but no network, no friendly frequency, no air support. They have a GPS unit, but no satellites. It's a blank promise. Now it's paper maps, compass work, and landmarks, except artillery has erased most landmarks. A French sergeant crashes into the trench beside them, shouting, "Barrage!" and pointing. The artillery is walking closer. The squad leader does the only smart thing: spacing. Intervals. No clustering. Because at Verdun, the most common mistake is being in the same place when the sky falls. They haven't even oriented themselves, and the battlefield is already stepping shells toward their position. The deadliest problem right now isn't even the Germans. It's identification. In 1916, 8 strangers in bizarre gear with 0 paperwork are either a miracle or spies. The squad leader doesn't mention portals. He offers something Verdun understands: results, gestures, a few words, a clear idea, reconnaissance, a vantage point, information that saves lives. A French lieutenant hesitates, then nods. On this front, trust is bought with action, not speeches. The marksman glass checks the horizon and sees what others can't: precise shapes through smoke and distance. The medic demonstrates a tourniquet and quick bandaging. No drama, just practicality. The French stare, then memorize. The lieutenant says the key words: observation post, an observation node. At Verdun, that's not just a position, it's artillery eyesight. And people die for it. The drone that shows the truth. The drone operator launches. For a moment, it feels like cheating. In 1916, they watch with periscopes and observation balloons, big, slow, defended. This is a silent camera from the sky, but battery life is a ticking clock. Cold air drains it, wind fights it, smoke blinds it. Still, the drone catches the one thing that matters. On a ridge, inside a shattered concrete knot, sits a German observation post. the kind that feeds corrections to artillery. Not a super bunker, a set of eyes. It's like taking out the enemy's spotter in a multiplayer match. You don't win the whole game, but you win the next few crucial minutes. The SAS can own darkness until batteries die. Meanwhile, 1916 lights the night with flares, crude, bright, exposing everyone. At the last percentage of battery, the drone sees movement, a rotation heading to the post. If they wait, the window closes. The squad leader realizes the only realistic win: blind the artillery's eyes, briefly, and buy time that Verdun never gives for free. Operation: take the artillery's eyes. They don't try to solve Verdun. They pick a small target with a big ripple. In their world, there's resupply, casavac, a rear area. Here it's just you, mud, and chance. The plan is clean: marksman overwatch, breacher plus 2 assault operators close in. Comms keeps the squad synced. Internally, radios still matter. The French get one instruction: don't shoot us. Cover our withdrawal. The squad leader chalk marks a simple identifier on a French shelter half, anything visible in flare light, because in mud and smoke, everyone looks the same. They hit the post fast, tight, controlled, no movie speeches. And the important part isn't the fight, it's what they take: notes, reference marks, wiring, the correction method. Anything that explains how the post calls fire onto French approach routes. Yes, their shots are quieter, but Verdun is never quiet. The battlefield swallows sound. They sabotage the node so it can't be restored instantly, then they pull out. And right here, Verdun reminds them: there are no clean exits, only the next shell. The concussion and the rescue. They're almost out. Almost. And that's when artillery does what it always does. It doesn't argue skill. It just arrives. A blast lands nearby, not a direct hit, but the pressure wave turns air into a wall. Dust, gravel, shock. The marksman, call sign Sable, stops moving like a human. He doesn't dramatically collapse. He just freezes. Eyes unfocused, words won't form, balance gone. That's concussion, disorientation, the brain rebooting at the worst time.
You look at your teammate and realize he's alive, but the world has turned to glass and water inside his head. The comms guy shouts in his face, useless. The medic is already there. Look at me, show fingers. Sable shows the wrong number. The medic to the squad leader, flat, professional, alive, not functional, carry. The squad leader snaps into logistics, not heroics. 2 carry, 1 cover, intervals, not in a line. In a modern fight, you call evacuation. Here, evacuation is your hands, slippery duckboards, and a trench that doesn't forgive delays. 2 operators hook Sable under the arms, strap him to keep his airway clear, keep him upright enough to breathe. They drag him into the communication trench. And then another Verdun problem: your own side. A French soldier sees unfamiliar helmets and raises his rifle. The squad leader yells the one word that matters and the one that can't be misread. Français! Ami! Ami! He points to the chalk mark. A French corporal waves them in. Vite! Ici! Fast, here. They spill into a side passage. The medic checks Sable's pupils with a light, gives water, keeps him awake. Don't sleep, breathe, follow the light. Sable comes back just enough to whisper, the path, pre-registered, by reference points, next bracket. And the squad leader understands. They didn't just grab papers, they grabbed minutes. Minutes you can trade for lives. Somewhere beyond the trench wall, the next incoming whistle begins to rise.
The minutes that saved a sector. When the observation post goes blind, German fire doesn't stop, but it becomes less precise, less guided, less knowing. The French officer uses that gap, spreads men out, reinforces wire, shifts the machine gun to a smarter angle, and, most importantly, moves part of the unit off a pre-registered route the Germans have been feeding shells onto. The SAS feeds simple rules the French can actually use: spacing, short moves, cover discipline, basic immediate care. Not a revolution, but small habits that change the odds. But the longer the SAS stays, the more dangerous it becomes in a different way. Headquarters will want answers. Who are they? Why do they fight like this? Why does their gear look impossible? A French captain leans in, quiet. If the staff learns, they'll take you. Forever. As a secret. Or as a threat. And right then the word cuts through everything again. Gaz! The vanishing. They're running out of everything that makes them modern. Batteries, filters, ammo. And the squad leader knows the Verdun rule. The longer you stay, the more likely you die from randomness. Not a fair fight. They decide to move back toward the place they arrived. Same tree line, same strange clearing. At night, under flares, with the risk their allies mistake them for a raid. They reach the trees. Artillery thumps nearby. The white haze between trunks thickens. Sound drops out for a heartbeat. They vanish the same way they came.
What if they didn't vanish and stayed for a week? Would headquarters use them like a wild card or destroy them out of fear? Drop your ending in the comments.